Hi everyone, welcome to rachelpichleryoga. My name is Rachel. Today we are doing a full body yoga for flexibility practice. So find just a little bit of space to move. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and let's get started. So let's begin today laying down, Supta Baddha Konasana. So you can bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees come out wide. Getting into the hips a little bit here. If you've got some pillows laying around, you can always place them under your knees so that your hips might be a little bit more comfy. But the soles of the feet are coming together. Your heels are kind of coming towards the hips a little bit. Just enough to feel that love throughout the lower body. Getting a little bit comfy. Closing the eyes and settling in. Starting to feel the breath a little bit more. And you can keep your feet on the mat, on the ground, just as we are. Or if you want to switch it up just a little bit, we're actually going to reach for our feet. The soles of the feet are staying together. The knees are out wide. You're just kind of hugging the feet in to continue to feel that love through the hips. And if your feet are lifted and you're holding them in your hands, just think about connecting your low back to the mat. Keeping your nice long spine. And an option to go even further, happy baby. Keeping the feet in your hands but starting to spread them wide. So our knees are still out wide. See if you can stack your ankles right over top of your knees. That low back is staying connected to your mat. Try to soften your hips here. Relax your shoulders. Back of your neck. Awesome, you guys. If you have your feet lifted and happy baby, slowly start to bring them back together. And then all the way to the floor. So let your knees come back together if they're still out wide, planting your feet on the mat. Take a second to connect your low back to the mat again. Try to take that curve out of your spine. Draw the belly button in. And then we're going to start to reach our arms out wide to weigh down the shoulders. And we're going to let our knees fall over to the left side. So letting your knees fall over towards the left for a twist. Option to let that left hand just rest on top of your knees, just to hold them in place. And then maybe turning your chin towards the right shoulder for a gentle stretch of the neck. And staying for just another breath here. And using an inhale to lift the legs back up. Bring your low back all the way to the mat. Reaching your arms back out, way down the shoulders. And when you're ready, turning your knees to the right. Option to turn the chin to the left shoulder this time. Just close your eyes. Feel the twist. Feel the breath. Awesome job, you guys. Using an inhale, lifting your knees back up, low back all the way to your mat. Taking just a second here. Nice job, you guys. We're going to start to lift our right foot up into the air. So I want you to hang onto the back of your quad and send your foot up into the air. So we're not going to be here very long because I didn't ask you to grab straps today. But I want you just to flex your foot, pull your toes towards your forehead. Your leg can be as straight as you need to feel stretch through that calf, through that hamstring. So hanging onto the back of the quad or maybe even the calf. Flex that foot all on your own. And then I want you to point your toes a lot. Try to stretch the top of your ankle. Really point that foot. Point those toes. And then flex your foot. Flex that foot. Flex that foot. Maybe you can even grab onto your foot. Nice, you guys. And then one more. Point those toes. Point those toes nice and hard. Try to feel a nice stretch the top of the ankle. I've been running a bit lately, so I can definitely feel that. Awesome, you guys. Slowly let the right leg come back down and start to lift the left. Hang on to the back of your quad. Straighten that leg just as much as you need to. Flex that foot. Start to feel the quad stretch. The calf stretch. The back of the ankle.
Fire TV Stick 4K streaming device with Alexa built-in, Ultra HD.
Alexa, stop. Flexing that foot, and then pointing the toes. So good. Nice, you guys. Point those toes a little more. And then start to flex that foot. And then last time to point those toes. Wake up that ankle. Point those toes a little more. Awesome, you guys. Slowly letting your left foot come down to the mat. Maybe do a little rock side to side if you need it. Awesome work, you guys. All right, let's get into our shoulders a little bit here. Taking your left hand, slide it underneath your back. So palm facing down. Your elbow is going to be pointed out to the side. You might already feel that stretch through the shoulder, through the arm, and you can just stay here. Nice. And if you want a little more, you can start to let the knees fall over to the left. So kind of like we were twisting before. Maybe now you're feeling that nice stretch to that left shoulder. If you're crunching the bones in your hand, just try to find that nice sweet spot under your back that's a little softer and you're not crushing the bones in your hand. I swear there's a sweet spot. And if that right shoulder wants to lift, you feel like you need more on that left side, start to lift the right shoulder. But only go as far as you need to, you guys. Be gentle here. Be gentle. It's pretty intense. Nice job, you guys. So nice and slow. Drop the right shoulder if it's lifted. Lift the knees if you let them fall down. Turn all the way back to your back, and then gently slide your left hand out from underneath you. Hopefully you feel like you could use a couple of shoulder rolls, but you didn't go too far that you're feeling pain through that shoulder. I don't want that. Nice, you guys. Okay, we're just going to switch sides. So that right hand, remember, palm facing down. Slide it under your back. Great place to stay. Knees pointing to the ceiling. If you need more, though, if you've got just sort of open shoulders, your knees can fall to the left. Just take a second. See if that stretch comes before you rush it by lifting that left shoulder. But if you feel like you need it, you can definitely do it. Nice job, you guys. Slowly lift the knees back up. If you went that far, take your hand out from underneath you. Add those couple shoulder rolls if it felt good. Nice job, you guys. All right. Extending your legs out long. So let's kind of zip our legs together. And then we're going to come up onto our forearms. So onto our forearms, you can turn your palms to face down and even sit on your hands. So your hands can come underneath your glutes. Fish pose. So we're on our forearms, our legs are out long. And I want you to try to bring your head all the way to your mat. So kind of trying to get the crown of the head to the mat. You're looking at whatever it is that's behind you. You're lengthening through the front of the neck. You're opening up through the chest. And then you're gently going to point your toes. Fish pose. Awesome, you guys. Not here too much longer. You can keep your legs out straight if you're good there. Or if you need to, you can walk your feet in, bending your knees. So ideally the top of the head is touching the floor to take all the weight out of the head and the neck. But I understand some people can't get there all the way down. So if you do have a pillow or block that you can slide under there or use for future practices, just keep it in mind. Awesome, you guys. Take one more inhale. And exhale. Let your shoulders, your back, everything come all the way down. If you were sitting on your hands, take them out from underneath you. Maybe do a couple wrist circles. And then we're going to start to reach. Let's take the left hand, reach it up towards the ceiling, and take your right hand, kind of push it onto your palm, and just start to create some length. So it's like you want your fingers to point towards your toes. Stretching the forearm here, the wrist. Usually we do this when we're seated or even on our hands and knees, but we're laying down today. Still feels good. If your thumb is completely hanging out, send it out to the side a little bit. Wake it up. Awesome, you guys. Take one more inhale. And an exhale. Let it go. Right hand coming up. Left hand's going to come to that palm, even to create some length of the fingers. So the fingers are kind of pointing towards the bottom of your mat if you can get them there. Send your thumb out to the side at a extra bonus stretch. Awesome job, you guys. All right, let that go. So I'm just going to shimmy down my mat. I'm going to give you guys two options. We're going to stretch the back of our neck. So you can have your legs, you can lay flat, you can clasp your hands behind your head and lift your chin towards your collarbone. And just stay here for a few breaths, taking a break whenever you need it. Or you can join me. You can either go into shoulder stand or plow pose. So the goal is to stretch the back of the neck. So the nice gentle option would be just to have your hands behind your head. Pull your chin towards your collarbone. If you have shoulder stand in your practice, you can start to lift the hips, send your feet up to the ceiling, or plow pose, letting your feet fall behind your head. Again, the goal is to stretch the back of the neck. So only go as far as you need to get that stretch. Awesome job, you guys. Take another breath wherever you are. And nice and slow, start to let your head either come down to the mat, or if your hips were lifted, slowly start to lift your hips and your feet. Bring everything down to the mat. I just want you to lay flat on your mat. Maybe wiggling yourself back up so you're still on your mat. Awesome, you guys. Just taking a moment here. Just feeling all the sensations running through the neck, the jaw, the upper back and shoulders. And just when you've gotten nice and comfy, we're going to start to move. We're not quite done, you guys. So walk your feet in, bend those knees, take your right foot, rest on top of your left quad. You can keep your left foot down, or you can start to lift that leg up into the air. Another chance to stretch the ankle. So maybe you want to flex that top foot all the while hugging the legs towards the chest to get that right glutes. And then maybe you want to point the toes and flex that foot and point the toes. Awesome, you guys. Take one more inhale and an exhale. Let the legs come down, uncross them, switch sides, left foot over top of the right leg. Remember, you can always keep your right foot down or lift it. Find that nice glute stretch on that left side, and then maybe add the ankle stretch. Flex that foot. And then point the toes. Got to put some effort into those ankle stretch maybe, so it's just an option. And then pointing the toes one last time. Awesome, you guys. One more inhale here. And an exhale. Let the feet come down, uncross your legs. Maybe doing a little rock side to side. Nice job, you guys. So you can keep your knees bent if you want, or you can start to straighten them out long. We're going to reach our arms up into the air, and then turn the top of your hands to face one another, so the thumbs are pointing down to the bottom of your mat, and then just cross one arm over top of the other, palms together. And then if you've got the space, keeping your palms together, maybe you can start to bring your hands over top of your head. And I've hit the wall. And then slowly come back up, and then just switch. Bring your other hand on top, or your other arm, pushing those palms together. And if you've got the space, again, you can let your hands fall behind your head. Maybe your head can fit through the hole that your arms are making. Just a little forearm and wrist stretch here. And slowly bringing it back and letting your arms fall to your sides. Spreading your feet a little bit wider. Turning your palms to face up. And just settling into Shavasana. Just letting go of everything. Let go of any movements that might be happening in your body. Let go of any thoughts that might be coming onto your mind, into your mind. Let go of everything. As always, I encourage you guys to stay here for as long as you have time for. Stay nice and still and relaxed. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Until next time, namaste.